So your Uncle Spert's been testing out the IQOO 15R, a more affordable alternative to that IQOO 15 flagship phone, still boasting beefy gaming creds, a pretty bloody massive battery and other spooge-worthy hardware. And this means it's time for another IQOO Haiku. IQOO 15R. Spooge-worthy but import job. Get it in your pants? Question mark? Aye, unfortunately, unlike big rivals like the OnePlus 15R, the Nothing Phone 4a Pro, etc., IQOO 15R not on sale in Blighty, which means it's an import job, whole extra layer of ball-achery. So is it actually worth that effort? Well, let's check it out, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now, the first thing that the IQOO 15R has going in its favour is it's a wee bit more compact than some of its rivals like the OnePlus 15R. That screen is actually a centipede scrotum under 6.6 inches. A fairly skinny symmetrical bezels surrounding that as well, so while I would never describe it as compact, obviously it is a wee bit more comfortable to clutch than some of the competition. You've got nicely rounded corners, although of course completely flat edges, as is the style these days. Got a decent heft to it as well, that's for sure. You got yourself an aluminium frame for a more premium vibe, and around back it is your regular glass arse. Thankfully with the matte finish, which can get a wee bit grubby, but you know, just give it the occasional bit of one of these and it's generally alright. The IQOO 15R sports quite a plain design, as you can see there. You can grab it in a sort of jazzy patchwork design if you fancy it, but of course I've got the boring black version, naturally. And you've got an interesting sort of squircle camera bump wedged into that corner there. It could have probably got away with being quite a lot smaller actually, as there's only the two teeny little lenses stuffed in there. Not really sure why the flash had to be separate, but hey-ho. Certainly a minor grumble at best. The IQOO 15R seems reasonably hardy, but you do get a condom case bunged in the box as well. You can slap over your smartphone, keep it safe from harm. Remember kiddies, keep it wrapped. And also very happy that the IQOO 15R is IP68 and IP69 dust and water resistant, so it can get proper mucky and thoroughly moist as well. Fully submerged in water, as long as you give it a good toweling off, should be fine. Now to unlock your IQOO 15R, you've got an in-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. That's the bitty big bollocks one. Takes a proper 3D image of your fingerprint, so it's generally dependable and fast acting as well, even if your fingers are a bit wet or sticky. You do get some slightly glitchy animation shenanigans going on when you do power down the smartphone though. As you can see there, it sort of flashes briefly to the lock screen and then off and then onto the always on display. That's just part of the super fun OriginOS shenanigans, the Vivo launcher that neatly smothers Android 16. It is quite a hefty launcher, can be a wee bit buggy every now and then. I have done a full in-depth video on OriginOS 6 if you want to check that out, get a proper full-on Uncle Spert tour. But for a super quick version, you've got all the sort of standard Android stuff like the Discover feed, you've got your notifications bar and control center combined, although these can be separated out if you prefer. A respectable amount of customization slapped in there, including of course plenty of always on displays. You can even tinker with all of the various animations, including the fingerprint sensor, the wee charging animation, the works. However, with the IQOO 15R, you do also have to endure lashings of crapware. This thing is absolutely packed to the tits with all the usual bollocks: LinkedIn, Facebook, booking.bloody.com. You've also got trip.sodding.com. Various crap games as well, but all this stuff thankfully can be removed fairly easily. Just slap uninstall and off it buggers. And also Vivo's own apps are constantly vying for your attention until you kick their notification privileges right in the soft and danglies. But in better news, Vivo is at least promising 4 years of OS updates and 6 years of security patching with the IQOO 15R. It's not the absolutely best offering, you know, it can't quite compare to the likes of Samsung for instance, but it's pretty ruddy decent. And my review model of the IQOO 15R came with a hearty 512 gigs of storage, so plenty of space for all your whopping great buggers like Wuthering, Waves, Genshin Impact, etc. But more on the gaming side of things in a wee bit. Now, as I mentioned before, the IQOO 15R's 6.59-inch display is slightly smaller than standard, but still more than spacious enough for gaming, or comfortably kicking back with a telly show or a movie. The 1.5K resolution keeps everything nice and sharp, so your cinematic fare will look pleasingly crispy, it's good enough for photo editing, etc. And it's an AMOLED display, so crispy contrast. The colours are reasonably poppy and you can brighten them up even more in the display settings if you fancy. And this screen is eye-searingly bright when you max it out as well, so perfect for a bit of outdoor use, even if you happen to live somewhere that isn't permanently foggy. And the refresh rate maxes out at 144Hz for supported games. Don't think Block Blast supports it, unfortunately. Otherwise, you can have your apps running at 120Hz, and to be fair, my knackered owled eyeballs wouldn't be able to tell the difference between 120 and 144 anyway. And you've got plenty of eye comfort shenanigans chucked on here as well, including high frequency PWM dimming, in case you are a bit more sensitive to that OLED flicker. And was quietly impressed by the not so quiet stereo speaker setup on this thing as well. It gets pretty loud when you max out that volume, but without balking the clarity. And voices still come through nice and clear, all the noise doesn't get jumbled together. Bass could be a bit stronger, of course, but otherwise all good. And while the IQOO 15 flagship smartphone went with that Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 Billy Big Bollocks chipset, the IQOO 15R makes do with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. Another recent addition to the Snapdragon lineup, if not quite as beefy, but it is the same platform that OnePlus stuffed inside of its OnePlus 15R. And the everyday run-in here is absolutely fine. Did see the occasional wee judder every now and then, but pretty sure that's down to the OriginOS launcher rather than the actual chipset struggling or anything. And under heavier pressure, the IQOO 15R copes absolutely fine. And as usual, I chucked on a bit of Wuthering waves, maxed out those graphics settings and had a good old play session. And that frame rate stayed pretty stable at 60 frames per second, even when some serious shenanigans was going down. And in even better news, even when I was gaming for well over an hour on the IQOO 15R, thankfully didn't make this smartphone hotter than Satan's happy sack. And that's all thanks to the built-in ice core cooling system with its whopping great vapor chamber. The phone certainly did get a bit hot after a while, but it never actually throttled the performance and stayed strong and stable. And one of the benefits of OriginOS is the excellent gaming toolbar, which you can yank out at any point. Got a proper performance mode if you want, a dedicated esports mode, and all the usual individual toggles, including do not disturb, you can lock the brightness, pretty much everything you would expect. And IQOO's shoved its own Q2 supercomputing chipset into here as well, which handles some of the extra bonus gaming shenanigans, like the frame interpolation. This can help to boost the frame rate of supported titles, the likes of Call of Duty Mobile, for instance, and as I mentioned before, supported titles that can run up to 144Hz will get full benefit from that display. And bugger all issues with the connectivity as well. You got Wi-Fi 7 support on this thing, so even beasts, behemoths like Wuthering waves downloaded in absolutely no time at all. You know, you bit of Bluetooth 6, all that good stuff. And it's even better news on the battery front as well, because somehow Vivo has stuffed a mighty 7,600 mAh cell into the IQOO 15R. So that's one of the biggest of any smartphone that I've tested outside of that bloody Realme one that had 10,000 mAh. So with just regular mixed use, you should comfortably make it through a full weekend on a single charge of this thing, and even more demanding users who are constantly shooting 4K resolution video, stuff like that, should have absolutely zero battery stress. And hey, if you're gaming on the likes of Wuthering waves, on those higher graphics settings, you'll still enjoy roughly 6.5 hours of action. And that's with the esports mode switched on and everything. So yeah, pretty ruddy, impressive stuff. And then when you do finally run out of power, you do need to juice it up or whatever. 100-watt flash charging support as well, so nice and nippy to power it back up again despite the capacious battery, although there is sod all wireless charging support. And hey, let's finish up this IQOO 15R shenanigans with a bit of a squint at the old camera tech there. And as I say, it's a dual lens setup. Don't expect any telephoto shenanigans or anything as clever as that. You've got the primary shooter, which is a Sony Lightyear 700V sensor, 1/1.56 inches, so the same size as the sensor crammed into the regular IQOO 15. And that's backed by your basic bog standard 8 megapixel ultra wide angle shooter. Now, as usual, you've got a variety of filters to play around with. It's set on vivid by default, which certainly makes most scenes look rather bold and bright, but you can swap this to natural or texture if you fancy something a bit more subdued. There's certainly a fair bit of processing going on at times, but HDR scenes nicely captured, even if you do lose some of that lovely shadow detail. And even in rather low light, the IQOO 15R can capture a fair amount of fine detail without introducing much noise or grain. You do also have a dedicated snapshot mode as well, which is pretty handy if you're trying to shoot a living subject, not just an accurate hairless and soused up action figure of your uncle's spurt. I found even when snapping this fuzzy wee bugger in the back garden, quite a lot of those action shots came out pretty well. Some of them just slightly fuzzy, not quite there, but overall pretty good stuff. And you've got a well-stocked Pro mode here on the IQOO 15R as well, so you can mess around with the likes of the ISO levels, the white balance, shutter speed, etc, etc. Turn on a bit of horizon correction, which is always good to see, and you can shoot in full RAW format as well if you want to. That's why it is just a shame that they couldn't squeeze a telephoto shooter on here, unlike some rivals from the likes of Nothing and Samsung, but overall pretty decent, dependable little shooter. Certainly for your everyday snaps, your kids, your cats, whatever else. And then using that main camera sensor around back, you can record up to 4K resolution video at 30 or 60 frames per second. I'm recording right now at 60 FPS. As you can see, pretty decent stabilization, even though it's been handheld, and the audio pickup reasonably clear as well. A little bit echoey inside the studio here, but outdoors has been absolutely fine. And it's a similar story using the 32 megapixel front-facing camera as well. Once again, up to 4K resolution at 30 or 60 frames per second, again with decent stabilization and perfectly clear audio pickup. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a delicious wee nutshell is the fresh new IQOO 15R. Bit of a banger, and certainly a strong rival for OnePlus's own 15R. Gamers will love the beefy performance and that super long battery life as well, as will any demanding users out there. Got a punchy display, you got a pretty cracking pair of stereo speakers. And of course, OriginOS can be a bit of a mixed bag, and the camera on the whole quite dependable, but no telephoto shooter on there, unlike rivals like the Nothing Phone 4a and 4a Pro. Now, if you can get your mitts on this easily enough, happens to be available in your region, then whoop-de-doo, great news. Unfortunately, here in Byyyyeeeee, it's not freely available. You will have to import it, at which point I just say, well, you know, like the OnePlus 15R, you can actually just buy that direct from OnePlus on their website, so maybe save yourself the ball ache. But that's what this knackered old northern scrotum reckons anyway. It'd be great to hear your thoughts on the IQOO 15R down in the commenty bit below. And hey, while you're down there, why not poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell, and have yourselves an absolutely ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers, everybody. Love you.